Hey there guys, this is Redmercy and welcome to another League of Legends tutorial. This time I'll be doing Mordekaiser, the Master of Metal. So his skills are Mace of Spades. So he charges his mace and then the next hit will send out 3 spikes flying from that initial target that will hit 3 additional targets. And if the initial target that you hit is alone, the base damage of the skill is doubled. Creeping Death. You can use this skill either on yourself or an ally, and what it does is it basically sends all these metal shards, flying and surrounding that ally, increasing their armor and magic resistance, along with doing any damage or damage to any enemy heroes that are in range of the flying spikes. Siphon of Destruction is, I would say, is probably one of his better and more main skills. The reason is because this is probably the main skill you'll use to charge his passive, which is his armor. And basically, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a cone in front of him, and it's kind of a line of sight skill. You use it, and it damages anyone in there. Pretty straightforward. And Children of the Grave, his ultimate. So basically, it's a dot. You put it on them, and it basically does the same damage no matter what hero, in the sense that it does percent of their max HP. So it's pretty good skill. And if the target dies while this is still active on them, they become Mordekaiser's basically ghost slave for 30 seconds. And there's a lot of cool things you can do with this that I will go through in the video, a bit later. Now my skill order is level 1, I get this. Now since this is a tank build, I am playing him tank. I get this second, or rather, sorry, this second, and then I get this at level 3, and then I basically start getting this, and I leave this at level 1. So I start leveling this, by then this, and then obviously ultimate whenever you can. So now the masteries are, as you can see, 9 and 21. I do get this because his ultimate and most of his third skill that I said is probably his main skill, both are magic damage. And this defensive mastery, obviously, because it I do tank a lot of creep damage, so this will obviously help it out a bit. And everything else I believe is pretty straightforward. So now I have 3 builds that I do play or use for Mordekaiser. I'm not gonna say them all, but basically, one is considered the standard build. The second one is considered the AD heavy build. So if your enemy team is heavy on AD, this is the build you'll want to use. And if your team or enemy team is heavy on magic damage, then the third build is the one you'll want to use. And now all 3 builds are going to be in the description underneath this video, so please do check that out. So let's move on. So as you can see, this is the team right here. So my summoner spells, Ghost and Ignite, pretty straightforward. Ghost, just a good summoner spell in general, helps me escape and catch that much easier. And Ignite because it combines well with my ultimate and does more damage and secures the kill a lot easier. So my starting items are the regrowth pendant because I do make it into a Warmongs on all 3 of my builds because I do find Warmong very effective on Mordekaiser as he's a great farmer and he's definitely one of the heroes that can stack up the Warmongs very well. So I can't stress this enough, and guys, please understand, Mordekaiser excels in early game. I mean, he's just so good in early game. I mean, there's many heroes that just they can't do much against a good Mordekaiser in like a middle lane, for example. So as you can see, I'm just spamming my E skill there. Usually you do want to try and hit the hero along with the creeps. Sometimes you can just choose to hit the hero over the creeps, but usually you want to hit the hero with the creeps, and if you can't, just hit the creeps to get your armor up. Now obviously if you already have your armor up and you have the skill back on cooldown, then you'll just use it on the hero instead. But I mean, with enough practice, you guys will understand yourselves. Now here, as you can see, obviously I can hit the creeps and her. So why not? I mean, you got to use that as much as you can. It's a really good skill. I mean, I use it almost always. And now there, as you can see, I moved down so I can reach both the creeps and her right there. So that was very good play of that skill. And you guys got to do that a lot. So once I get my W skill, I do just go in the middle of the 2 creeps so I can hit both of them. And then the enemy hero usually can't do much because if they walk in, I save the E skill for that moment and I just basically nuke him with it. So here she tried to kill me, but I did level up a little late. So I mean, I didn't level up my ultimate because I thought I might die because I'm wasting time putting the skill point in there. But nonetheless, I do kill her. So that's pretty cool. And now here, as you can see, the Q skill, I hit the creep, and I know that the Q skill is going to reach, so that I see the shard flying, and while the shard is flying, I am following her and hitting her with my E skill as well, so that's basically double skill damage right there. So, that's just a small minor thing that it can really change the way you play Mordekaiser, make you that much better. So, the ghost, once you get the ghost, do note that it is considered a creep, so the tower will target that ghost over enemy or ally heroes, so keep that in mind. Um, so again, this is just a clip I kind of fast forwarded a bit right here. It's just me laning against both of these players, just showing you how I play when it's like a 2-on-1 lane, for example. So normally I wouldn't run in like that unless I had the W skill on me, which in that case I did. So I mean the W skill is a great skill, extra armor, extra damage, and that damage builds up my passive shield, so very useful skill. And now I'm not pushing myself and not overexerting myself. I mean, if I see that both of them are about to hit me or something, usually I will run back. I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I'm not gonna try anything fancy or be a superhero or anything like that. So I'm kind of waiting for the right moment, and eventually I will kill the Heimer. So here, watch. I go in there and I see Heimer, and then I use my E skill and I hit both of them and the creeps. So that basically has made my armor fully stacked. So very, very cool and very useful. So I do recommend that you do learn how to use his E skill to its full potential, because that is his main skill. Now here, me and Heimer are gonna, go into fight. So I ulti him, ignite him, E skill him, use my W skill and Q, as it does, I believe, do double damage to him, even with the tower there. Maybe I'm wrong. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe the tower kind of destroys that double damage effect, but nonetheless, still killed him. So here, Heimer does try to stop me here, but I do have the red buff. And one thing I want to mention while I'm quickly mopping him up over here, the red buff is very, very good on Mordekaiser up until you get his Mallet. The reason is not because Mordekaiser himself slows him, but because once you get the ghost, once you kill someone with the ultimate and you get the ghost, the red buff, the slow from it applies to the ghost as well. So keep that in mind. I mean, that's very, very useful. I mean, you gotta abuse that. As you can see here, I almost always go ulti Triss, because not only is she a ranged hero, but she will get the red buff. So therefore, it'll slow enemy heroes. And here's a perfect example of that. We rush in, and then I send my Triss in there to attack Heimer. It does nice damage. He's getting slowed, and there's absolutely nothing he could have done there, unless he had like I don't even know what he could have done. There's just nothing he could have done there. Maybe like a flash, a ghost or something, but other than that, not much he can do. So here again, I'm multing Trist, as you can see. She's dead, and now I have her on my side. She's ranged, she has my red buff, and everything like that. So then we go in over here and we kill the rest of these guys. So don't forget to control your ghost. You just hold Alt and then right click and yeah, etc. So pretty cool, and don't forget to abuse that. And once you get the frozen mallet, that slow from the frozen mallet will apply to your ghost as well, so don't forget that. And please, just, it's very important. I mean, it's just so useful. Sometimes people just don't understand how useful it can be, or maybe they even forget the fact that the slow applies to the ghost. But so here is a a fight that me and Garen kind of do with support from the team a bit after. So here I'm taking most of the damage. I'm abusing all my skills. That was a I'll admit that was a pretty bad E skill. I should have used it on the creeps to get more armor, but nonetheless I do pull it off, and I do live. And I throw my ultimate on Trist. She dies. I get the regenerate. Oh, don't forget that the ultimate does regenerate HP to Mordekaiser, so it's pretty useful. And I kill her, get her as my ghost, and my ghost kills Teemo. So very effective and very cool. So here's the last fight of the first game I want to show you guys. It's just, I mean, I saw Sign coming down, so, and I see Morgus right there with Kog'Maw, so I just, I quickly lure them in, I'm tanking them and all that, while I wait for them to come up here and help me out. So, I mean, I can tank them pretty easily. I mean, I have pretty good items, and I tank them, kill Rammus, and then we quickly chase Sion. Most of us ghost, actually, and we just quickly kill him before they surrender. So, oh yeah, one thing I also want to mention is that when you fight in a team fight, don't ulti the guy who's full HP. Sometimes even if let's say even if they're like Triss, for example, is full HP, whatever, just ulti someone else, ulti someone who's almost dead, because you want to kill that and you want that ghost, because it will make the fight 6-on-4 and it'll make it that much easier. So you don't always ult the ranged hero just because I said it. You know what I mean? ulti, the one who has the lower HP and who will die before the duration of your ultimate is up. So this is from another game, and I just want to basically stress the fact how important it is for Mord in early game. I mean, it's really not that hard, but it is not, going away from the fact of how hard or how easy it is, it's nonetheless very important. So here, as you can see, my E skill, I'm abusing it. I'm waiting there for Twitch to walk into me, and I can, hit him with it. But obviously he didn't, so I just quickly use it on the creeps and get my armor to full stacks, because I'm not gonna sit down and wait for him for whatever long to walk into it, so I can hit him with it. Because the cooldown on it is pretty short, so don't be afraid to use it on the creeps if you can't hit the hero. And then he did walk in there, so I did finally hit him with it. So very cool and very useful. So again, this is just another example of how I just walk in the middle of the creeps with the W skill and let that stack up my armor while I'm hitting, or while I basically bait them and use the E skill on them. So yeah, that's it, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to put any comments or questions you have below in the video description, or maybe even inbox me if you'd like. You can add me in the game. Redmercy is my name. Um, or and don't forget to sub to me if you guys enjoyed this. I'll have so many more videos coming out along with my new series called Rank Struggles. I'm gonna be posting videos for that too. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.